Okay, if you're still with me, we're on the final leg. We're going to talk about 3 different ways that regression can be useful in a business forecasting situation, and I'll list them here. The first one we'll talk about is autoregression. The second one is causal modeling. And the third is called leading indicator regression. And these are all basically just variants of regression analysis, but they have different data requirements and different levels of work. The autoregression, you can tell in the name, is regressing the variable you want to predict on itself earlier in time. So the autoregression is if we're going to predict y, let's suppose the current time is capital T, and we want to think about where will y be at a future time, at some forecast horizon h, like 1 quarter from now or 3 quarters from now. So y at capital T plus h, we're now at capital T. We want to go forecast horizon h ahead, maybe 3 quarters. We want to predict that. And the model we can use here is we're going to have an intercept plus a slope times something. And the thing we're going to use now is y at t minus h, t plus h minus 1. So this would be at not 3 quarters ahead, but 2 quarters ahead. And so we're predicting y from a slightly older value of y. And to show how this would really work in practice, we would start by going 1 period ahead, and that would mean we want to predict next month's y from the current observed value of y. This is known. It doesn't have to be forecasted. This is being forecasted. So we would make our plot showing the data now and the data in the next observation. There would be some sort of a relationship like this. Here's t and t plus 1. We would get this sort of plot. We would make the regression line, find the intercept alpha and the slope beta, and we would make our forecast this way. So that's very simple. And if we wanted to do the forecast for t plus 2, we'd use the same equation. What are we going to use for the value of y at t plus 1? That's a forecasted value that we've already made. So we would take the output from our last equation and make it the input to the next one, and we could keep stepping along like this. It would sort of bootstrap its way along. So we go 1 ahead based on now, and then we would use that 1 ahead to forecast 2 ahead, and the 2 ahead to forecast 3 ahead, and so forth. We chain along. And that's autoregression. So it's nice compared to the general case because you don't have to have a second variable. There's no x. You've got one data series of for instance, the sales, and you use the relationship between consecutive months of sales to codify that into a regression equation and then to stretch out a set of forecasts.